Hi there, Bernadette McGree here. I'm going to take you through a pose that all of us need to be able to do. It's called Tadasana or mountain pose, and it's probably one of the first poses you learn in yoga. And it's literally just standing up. So you don't need a mat, but what I would encourage you to do is make sure that you have bare feet. And if you're working on a mat, that's fine, but if you're not, that's also fine. You're better off to work on a solid surface, such as floorboards, rather than carpet, particularly if the carpet's really high, really shaggy and got lots of high piles and loops in it. So begin by bringing your feet parallel. Now, one of the critical things in yoga is your feet placement. In fact, whatever is touching the mat or the earth, we often say, is really critical. We build from that. That's your foundation, like the foundations of a house, and we build up from there. So begin with the feet parallel, and how you find that they're parallel is by imagining that there's a straight line between the base of your second toe and the middle of the front ankle. Typically, when we stand with our feet parallel, we tend to stand like this, and often one foot slightly turned out. So we can even think our feet are parallel when the inner edges of our feet are parallel. And by parallel, I mean like train tracks, two straight lines together. So even if the insides of the feet are parallel, the feet aren't actually parallel, because the ball mounts of the feet, if you lift your heels, the ball mounts of the feet, that part of your feet that's touching the floor when you lift your heels, they're wider than the actual heels. So what we need to do is make a compensation for that or adjust for that. So if you bring the toes in towards each other and then focus on that placement of the base of the second toe, lining up the middle of the front ankle, and then imagine that those two imaginary lines are parallel to each other, they're like train tracks. Then you've got parallel feet. And I know I've spent a little bit of time talking about that, but it's amazing how important it is to learn that. Now, the reason why we work with parallel feet is because that brings our pelvis into anatomical neutral. It helps to bring our body into a neutral position. From here, press your feet into the floor and then lift your toes and imagine you're trying to separate your big toe from your little toe and all your toes are fanning out. And then lower your toes. And then lift your toes and lower your toes. Now lift your toes and feel where your feet touch the floor. So you'll probably feel the big toe ball mount, the little toe ball mount, the inner heel, and the outer heel. So focus on those 4 points, those 4 corners of your feet, if you like. Focus on those and then lower your toes. And thinking about those or feeling those 4 corners, lean to one side. Then lean to the other side. And then keep going from side to side till you have a sense of them feeling fairly even from side to side. Then go forwards and backwards. And keep going forwards and backwards till you feel that you're balanced between the front and back. And then just check in by going side to side, really small movements now, so that you feel balanced from side to side and you feel balanced from front to back. And you want to get used to sort of feeling that. From there, imagine that you're drawing energy up from the earth through your feet. And as the energy moves up, just let the muscles come up towards your pelvis. Now, the easiest muscles to think about with regards to that are the muscles above the knees, the quadriceps. So even if all you do here is just lift those muscles up, that would be great. So lift up all the way. Imagine that you're pulling that energy in your pelvis. And then press your feet down into the floor. Keep that muscular engagement. Start to reach the crown of the head up. So that idea of having a golden thread, lift that golden thread. Like imagine that a golden thread's lifting you up and you're feeling length in your spine. So from the vertebra to the discs to the vertebra, it's getting longer and longer. It's really long. You're creating space in your spine. Wiggle your shoulders a little bit. Take your shoulders back and just tuck your chin in a little bit. And that's, turn your palms towards the front. And that's probably enough of a setup. There's a little bit more that we could do, but I want you just to stay here. Feel the muscles of your legs working. Feel yourself getting really long in the spine, and notice how that automatically, there's an engagement in your midsection. Like you've switched muscles on without even thinking about it. And then take a nice deep breath in. A breath out. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. So try and keep your face relaxed as you breathe in again. And breathe out. Good work. Practice this frequently. Whenever you're standing, just bring your awareness to your feet, even if you have shoes on, preferably shoes that are flat. Bring your awareness to your feet and just work up from there. Get really tall. Make sure you press down into the earth as you're reaching up through the crown of your head. And just practice and get used to standing tall, standing strong. Good work. See you again.